SNAICC advises Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that the following episode of Kids, Culture, Community, Snake Yarns contains references to topics that may be triggering to the community. Your social and emotional safety is important. If this recording has brought up any concerns for you, please contact 13Yarn on 139276.
Joel Matysek, welcome to this special bonus podcast for NAIDOC Week with SNAICC. And hey, happy NAIDOC Week.
Thanks, Mandy. Happy NAIDOC Week to you as well. It's good to be here.
It is. I'm looking forward to a really full week of activities, but I'd just like to acknowledge the lands I'm on, which are, of course, the lands of the Arrernte people in Mparntwe, Alice Springs. Whereabouts are you today?
Mandy, I'm on beautiful Gimuy Walubara Yidinji Country up in Cairns in Far North Queensland. Amazing place to be.
Beautiful. You'd be a lot warmer than me, but I'm also a lot warmer than anyone in Meuram or on the south or east coast, I reckon, as well. So, hey, what are your plans for NAIDOC Week?
Well, there's a lot happening here in Cairns, and probably what I'm really looking forward to is heading. We have this thing here called Friday in the Park, where on the Friday all the community gather for a day of just celebrating culture, really, and just with the theme, there's going to be a real focus on a lot of young people that'll be present on stage and dancing and sharing stories and acknowledging the contribution of some young people and even community members that have supported young people. So that's one of them. And the other one I'm really looking forward to is KIAF, which is the Cairns Indigenous Art Fair that'll be happening towards the end of NAIDOC Week. And it's just absolutely incredible and such a beautiful celebration of Indigenous artwork up here in Cairns, and it's very well attended. If anyone's around Cairns, around Gimuy, and please come down. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh, you're so right, Joel. It's a beautiful art fair, and I tell you what, the last time I was there, my credit card got a flogging, but well worth it, and just seeing the beautiful creations as well. It was a really stunning event. And also you spoke about the young people getting involved in NAIDOC there, which is just fantastic to see the young people platformed during such a significant week. And your position at SNAICC is all about Youth Voice. Tell us a bit about what you do.
Well, yes, Youth Voice. So it's about, really, the intention is about creating some real opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait young people to have a voice in matters which are impacting their lives. And we think that's important. We think everyone deserves to have a say in matters which are impacting their lives, and that includes young people. So my job is to set that kind of structure up and work with young people and a lot of people that are involved in this to set that up. And so it's a special piece of work, amplifying the voices of young people, and really looking forward to how this work continues to eventuate and evolves too as it continues to grow.
You're right. It's such an important piece of work, and SNAICC, of course, we're the national voice for children, for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. So having that actual platform and mechanism where young people are going to be able to inform us, people like me, people like you, people like Dan, who's sitting with me, the whole team, having that input of young voices with crusty old people like me is just going to be so important.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And then for those young people as well to have some experience too in some advocacy and sharing their voices and seeing how their voice is being listened to by SNAICC and how it contributes to some tangible, practical outcomes as well. I think that's important for those young people as well. So it's a really special piece of work, and we're very committed to getting this right as well.
Now, you really hit the ground running on Youth Voice since you've started, Joel. Give us an idea of what you've done so far, and you've really covered some ground, literally and also in the work.
Yes, we've covered a lot of ground, and we've done quite a bit, and there's still some more stuff to go, obviously. And so the work pretty much started the start of this year. Was really when Youth Voice really kind of kicked off, and in that time it was important to get the governance around this work set up properly from the beginning. So to do that, we have we set out a youth advisory group, which we got about 10 young people that are on that now, and they're young people that have experience of the out-of-home care, child protection system, and family wellbeing systems as well. And they're part of an advisory group that we have at SNAICC that are informing this work as it progresses as well. And we've got some other governance around it. But what's really been important is that at SNAICC that we've been going to communities around Australia, covering some ground and hearing directly from young people themselves around what's important to young people, what challenges they're facing, what opportunities do they have to contribute to policies and programs that are impacting their lives, what's working well, what can be improved, all those sorts of questions. And also hearing from the community members themselves that are supporting those young people. And so what we're doing and what their ideas are for a SNAICC Youth Voice and how this work can amplify what's happening on the ground as well. And then our job is to my job is to collect all that information together, then go, well, hey, this is what communities are asking us to do around this work, and to build on that and to give that information to SNAICC and say, hey, look, this is what communities are asking for. This is kind of the direction we've got, and let's go.
What are some of those really big themes that young people have told you about so far since you've been out and about?
Well, there's been a few, and we're still going through all that data now to kind of look at it just to make sure we've got it right. But some of the stuff that's came out from what young people are saying is that there are some structures where young people on a community level where they can participate, not everywhere, but in some areas they can participate in what's happening in their community. But sometimes they don't really feel like their voice is kind of properly being heard. And I think some of the words that have been thrown up was around some of the structures that exist out there are a bit tokenistic in nature, where they kind of get young people together to kind of say something, and then they kind of go like, oh yeah, this is cool, but nothing kind of eventuates, which is one of the themes that kind of came out of. And another theme is that that has kind of been highlighted is that there's a bit of a educational piece as well, I suppose, around how we can support young people to kind of understand advocacy, or support their understanding and grow their skills, I suppose, and their knowledge in the areas of advocacy, and where the best places, I suppose, to share their messages can go, like where those places that their messages can go that can start to pull some levers and to get some practical outcomes for them as well. Those are some of the big ones that kind of came out so far, but we're still going through it all, which is important that we go through that and make sure we're hearing what those young people are saying, make sure we're getting it right as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the results of what you've done so far and some of those, what young people are saying. And as you've said, it's so powerful and really hits home when you're hearing from the young people themselves, like their voice, their thoughts, their ideas. It really, really hits home.
Yeah, it does. It just goes back to, like everyone deserves a voice in matters which impact their lives, and that's the same for young people. It's the same for young people, and they've got ideas. Like young people have ideas. Young people are really well placed to know what's going to work for young people, and so it does, and it really hits home. Like it does really hit home because it's their lives, so it's good.
This year's NAIDOC Week theme, I think is really relevant to that work as well. It's, the next generation, strength, vision and legacy. Does that tie with you? Does it resonate with you and the work that you're doing in Youth Voice?
It's super relevant, and like SNAICC, National Voice for Our Children, connects very well. And actually, over the coming weeks, keep an eye out on SNAICC's social media, because you'll hear directly from some of those members who are on our SNAICC Youth Voice Youth Advisory Group. And again, just acknowledging that these are some of the young mob that are providing advice to SNAICC on what this youth voice should look like and what it should be and all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, it resonates really well, like strength, vision, and legacy. What strong pillars to have, and focusing on the next generation, and it just highlights that it just continues too as well. The next generation, it continues, and the strength, vision, and legacy, it continues, and that focus on supporting our young people to continue to grow and to continue to build their own legacy. It's such a powerful theme this year, and one that resonates really well with the work we're doing, but also one that I think gives a lot of hope as well, like with the focus on young people and supporting young people in this next generation that's coming through, and highlighting their strengths as this week will go on, and we'll hear some incredible stories from young people all over all over the continent, and focusing on those too.
That's it. All those stories that come out, some of them are just really inspiring, but as you said, they really give you hope for change, for the future. And also something that you said previously, Joel, about this sort of work, and that young people have been feeding back, okay, they're asked to come and they're asked to talk, but then that's it, nothing happens. But if we're going to make change for the next generation, we've got to see that work through.
Yeah, we've got to see it through, and that's everyone. Like a lot of people, when they're invited to go to places or share a story, and people want to see that what they've shared is going to go some. That's for everyone, and that's the same for young people as well. When they're going to places and they're sharing their concerns, and importantly also their ideas for solutions and their ideas for progress, that those ideas, it's a responsibility on the listener, where they've been invited, almost a responsibility is on where they've been invited to, for that person to progress what those young people are saying, just like anyone. So yeah, we're looking forward to this. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really impactful. Not only hearing the voices, but having them influence our work and what we do. We do so much about policy and, all that really, really critical work, but it can be quite dry. But actually having and being driven by the priorities and voices of young people themselves, it's going to bring such a strong element to the work that we do and the change that we want to see.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mandy. And SNAICC are such a strong organisation now, and this is just adding to that strength as well of what SNAICC does, is adding to that strength of having young people's voices and young people guiding some more of that work that we're doing as well, because that's already happening. It's also around formalising some of that as well, I suppose, isn't it? Because it's just adding to the strength of what SNAICC does and what's important to young people, and just leaning more into that. And it's just such an incredible space for SNAICC to be in, and to be a part of this work and pioneering some of this work on that national level. It's really cool. It's really cool stuff.
It is. And like you said, we've got to make the commitment ourselves to make sure we take what the young people are giving us and treat it with the respect it deserves, but also make it happen.
Yes. It's going to be a journey, and some of the stuff that will likely come out of this will require some strategy and some careful thinking and planning and supporting young people's voices through that. But you're right, it's a responsibility to carry the voices of young people and to push and advocate and get some stuff done, and also celebrate too. I'm sure with some of the youth voice that'll be coming through, they'll be highlighting some really cool work that's happening around the place as well, and also an opportunity to highlight some really cool stuff that may be happening in some communities as well, that some of our community, maybe even some of our SNAICC members are doing as well, that'll be coming out and highlighting some of that stuff too, which is important, which is really important stuff. So it's good.
And when you go out into community and you talk about youth voice and what it could be, try and get people interested, do you find that young people are really keen?
Yes, we hear young people. What we've heard is young people are really keen on this idea, this concept of setting up this structure on the national level where young people's voices are actually getting through. And I suppose going back to an earlier question as well around what are the challenges, is sometimes what we've heard from young people is the challenge in like the translating of what they're saying when a young person says something, and then it may kind of go through like multiple layers until it gets to somebody who can maybe act or make a decision or something like that. So that by the time it maybe gets there, the message might kind of get watered down a little bit. And so what the young people were particularly interested in and what they liked about the concept was this model, that the model grows, it'll be a model that will directly go to SNAICC as well, from what's important to young people. They're really interested in it, and they're really interested in having multiple ways where they can also engage with this structure. I mean, what we've heard from some of the young people is some of them may not necessarily just want to sit on some kind of council or an advisory group or commit to 2-year terms or something like that, but they may just have something to say, and they want to get that message out there. So something that's came out from the young people on the ground is also just ensuring that whatever kind of gets up and whatever it does look like, that there's other ways for young people to just kind of casually engage with it as well, and enter and get their message and say what they want to say, and then kind of step out of it as well. But they're really looking forward to it. Like that we haven't had one young person that's kind of gone like, what are you doing? Everyone's been very supportive, and just really honing in on just ensuring that other ones that they've been really strong in saying some other models that they may have been a part of have been quite tokenistic in nature. So just ensuring that this one isn't that, which it won't be.
Yeah.
And young people like that. They like hearing that.
That sounds fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to having young people in some of those big rooms where they're talking to people like the secretaries of departments, where they're talking to ministers, they're talking to people who have really got the power to make change. But they're not only talking to them, I'm really hopeful that they're going to be listened to.
Yeah, like 100%. And that's where SNAICC as an org is really well positioned to support these voices getting into those rooms, and to also support to the best that we can, and support those secretaries to kind of be like, hey, like, this is what our young people are saying. Like, this is directly from young people. Like, what do we reckon? What do you reckon?
That's it. Be bold, be brave.
Yeah, be bold, be brave.
Joel, how can young people get involved with SNAICC Youth Voice?
Well, if you're a young person and you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or something, and you see LinkedIn, if you're on that, and you see any of the SNAICC Youth, well, any of the SNAICC promotional stuff, one point is you can just reply to that, and in some way it'll find its way to the Youth Voice team. Otherwise, you can always it will. And otherwise, you can send me an email, my team an email at youth@snaic.org.au, and it'll come directly to my team, and then we'll contact you. And
we've also got that point of contact on the website too. You can just fill out that contact form, flick it through, and it'll go straight to the Youth Voice team as well. So lots of different ways to get in touch and get involved and get on board. Yeah.
Plenty ways, and it will find its way to. I've even had some people reach out to me on LinkedIn, Mandy. The people reach out. All right, yeah. Sweet as.
Good to know, Joel.
And these are young people as well. These are young people who are really interested in this. So we want to hear your voices. Your voice is important. Your voice matters, and we'll do right by hearing your voice.
Hey, Joel, thanks so much for your time, and hey, have a wonderful NAIDOC week.
Thanks, Mandy. You too.